Coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, this is the Consumer Electronics Show 2010. I'm Shannon Morse, and you are watching Hak5.
This episode of Hak5 is brought to you by Gamefly, GoToAssist Express, and Domaincom. Got a great idea? It all starts with a great domain.
Hello, welcome to Hak5. My name is Darren Kitchen.
And I'm Shannon Morse.
And we are bringing you our favorite picks from CES 2010.
Yay! I can't believe I came back for a second year of this. My feet are so tired.
But we've learned a lot from the last year, and we're very thankful to be here back at the NBC Universal stage.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much, NBC Universal. You have done so much for us.
Yeah,
they gave us chips.
Huge show this year. We're coming out just very nimble studio, 10-pound rig, just coming out, grabbing all the stuff that we can find. Just it was great. This year we were actually able to see some booths. I wasn't stuck editing live shows every single day.
I love your laptop. This thing has been perfect for editing all the episodes, and that little 10-pound, set in a bag.
Yeah, it's been great.
Perfect.
So we've actually been able to be so nimble and seen a decent percentage of the conference.
Too much.
So we've picked and chosen the best stuff that we really liked and thought we would share with some of those with you now. We've got about 6 different things. This show, here's the thing, so much content, it wouldn't all fit. So tune in next week as well, because we've got a lot more.
We got 2 episodes.
But the first thing that really tickled our technolust first night was
the Alienware M11X netbook / laptop.
Yeah, and you really got to have a lot of fun fragging with that, so let's go take a look.
So we are at the Dell Suite at CES 2010, and I have tons of new gaming laptops for you. All 3 of these are from Alienware, and we have a 17-inch, a 15-inch, and this is crazy, an 11-inch gaming laptop. And seriously, this thing is badass when it plays video games. I tried this out, I played some games. Oh, and did I mention, you can change the colors on it. It's customizable. Yeah, I know. It's the Alienware M11X. It has an Intel Core 2 Duo SU7300, an Intel GMA graphics plus hybrid mode NVIDIA GT355M. It's 4 pounds, and it's available in early February for less than $1,000. Everything is on high. It's anti-aliasing off. I know, it's sad. 720p display. The battery lasts for 6.5 hours for regular, and then 3 hours when you're gaming. And again, the custom lighting. So I'm going to get myself a less than $1,000 gaming laptop, 11 inches, and I'm going to make it pink. That's what Alienware has for us, and I'm getting kind of excited about February.
Okay, so that Alienware gaming laptop, how can you not say that thing is like girl size perfect for any video games? It looks so good. I want one.
In pink? Yeah.
I want one. I'm gonna turn the colors all pink on it, all the lighting. Oh my gosh.
You know, the specs are actually very similar to the Ultra, I guess CULV, the Ultra Lite that I have right now, my 13. 11, that's, I wish that I had known, right?
It's lightweight, I loved it.
Yeah, but,
man,
and I can say that the SU7300, well, it's technically a Core 2 Duo chip architecture. It's no T6600 or something like that, but with that NVIDIA graphics card in, yes, it can game, no problem. 3 megs L2 cache is really what helps that out a lot too on the processor end. Yeah.
And when I'm not video game, I like to check out some movies and some other podcasts, and we found something to help you out with that.
Let's go take a look.
So I'm here at the Boxee booth with Avner. Avner, if Matt were here, I'd give you a great big man hug. How you doing?
We're doing good. I'm a bit tired. Yeah, I slept like 3 hours. Haven't had lunch, but otherwise I'm having a great time.
Absolutely dedicated to the Boxee. You guys have been blowing up recently. I mean, from a little tiny project like, oh, this is neat, to, oh my God, you guys are everywhere. You guys have had a fantastic year. What has been new this year?
Yeah, so the beta has come out this morning, so a year in the making, and we announced the Boxee box and the Boxee remote, and we just also announced that it's inside. It's running NVIDIA Tegra 2 dual core, which means it can do 1080p. The UI can be really smooth, can do Flash 10.1, so almost anything from the web can play on it. So we're very excited about it.
I love that. Anything from the web, because with Boxee, it's important to get those other plugins and applications and stuff that may use, like, what about the flash performance? Am I going to be able to see full screen flash video looking gorgeous on this?
Yeah, exactly. We're using hardware acceleration for flash thanks to NVIDIA, so that means high definition flash is going to play real nice on the box.
Hardware acceleration is where it's at. So tell me, this box, what's the price point and when is it available?
So it's going to be less than $200, no monthly fee obviously, and hopefully Q2 it's going to come out. And the remote control, if you use Boxee on a computer or a laptop, you'll be able to buy the remote control separately as well.
The remote control is absolutely sick. Let me get to that in a moment, but on the box. Now this is a D-Link partnership, right?
Right, yeah. D-Link from Taiwan, they've been in the market for a long time selling network equipment, and they have a great brand and great distribution channel, and when we started working with them early in the year, we're very excited about the opportunity.
Now tell me, is D-Link the exclusive partner when it comes to the hardware with Boxee?
No, the idea is for the Boxee software to run on a variety of devices. So the Boxee box by D-Link is the first one, but then we want to get it into connected TVs, connected Blu-ray players, set-top boxes, any device with a CPU in the living room, we'd love to have Boxee on it.
When are we going to see Boxee on a console?
That you'll have to ask Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. We have to convince these guys that it makes sense.
Well, I hope they're nibbling. I have a feeling that they might be opposed with their own ecosystem. But tell me, how are the partnerships with some of the other media platforms doing for your obviously you got YouTube, but how's things going with the Hulus and all of those?
With Hulu, unfortunately, nothing is going, but others are being great partners for us. Netflix has been great, Major League Baseball, Flickr, Pandora are Vision free. So most of the people on the internet are being very friendly to Boxee, and we hope that the situation with Hulu would change eventually.
Right now, how does it stack up against something like a Roku?
I think it's a very different experience, and Boxee is an open source software. It's much more elaborate at this stage. There's 300 applications, there's about 100 developers building apps around Boxee. There's all the social aspects behind it. We built one aggregated place where you get all the TV shows from everywhere on the internet on your TV. Same goes for movies. Introduce search. So I think it's just a different experience. And we're a software company. Hopefully, maybe in the future, we'll be able to run Boxee on Roku as well.
I love that idea. Now, tell me, this remote is absolutely sick. When can we get our hands on it? How is it being sold separately? Tell me about the hardware. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, the hardware was designed by a company called Aster Studio. It's a small design shop from San Francisco. They've actually done the Xbox 360 and a bunch of other high-profile industrial design works. So when we started working with them together with D-Link, we told them we want to see something different and emits quality and that users will embrace. And one of the major issues was text input. And when we went out to design the remote, when we figured out what we're going to do and can we do something on virtual keyboard that's going to work, and we came to the conclusion virtual keyboards suck. And you need something on the device that's going to make it happen. And brainstormed, came up with the idea of flipping the remote and using the backside as a QWERTY keyboard, and it feels great. I mean, you'll be able to play with it soon. And
so IR, RF. What's the technology underlying there?
It's RF. IR with a keyboard is something that's very hard to do because you have to point it, and you may lose some keystrokes. So we wanted people to feel very comfortable.
So is this Bluetooth or some is it a proprietary thing?
No, just RF. And it's going to come with a dongle, so you can use it with any PC or Mac or Linux.
Excellent, because if you've already built yourself a gorgeous little Boxee box, maybe you just want to get the remote. Now, is the remote bundled with the D-Link box or not?
Yeah, it's bundled with the box, but also will be sold separately.
Absolutely excellent, and I love the idea of the box, less than $200. It's really one of the least expensive ways to build your own home. I mean, you got to support the homebrew though, right? You got to love that movement. Yeah. But $200, a little less than that, is very compelling when it comes to something that. What's the specs on this? What's the chip underneath there?
So it's NVIDIA Tegra 2 dual core, which is a pretty strong chipset right there, and it can do 1080p, and it can do Flash 10.1, and it can run our UI really smoothly, and it's not a simple UI to get done. So the partnership with NVIDIA has been great, and they've been working with us very closely to get it done. And we have the greatest respect for the homebrew community, and we continue to support them. And we also hope that when people are going to get the box, they're going to hack it, and we're going to try and make it hacker friendly.
You heard it here first. The Boxee box is hacker friendly. Real quick, what's coming up in 2010 with Boxee?
So we're going to bring more content into the platform. Today we also launched a small but very important tool, a bookmarklet. So whenever you browse the web, you're at work, school, you see a video that you like, you can click on it and it goes directly to your Boxee queue. So we're going to do more of those little things. We're going to increase our presence on the web. We're going to launch a billing platform later in the year, so content owners that want to charge for this stuff will be able to do it. And hopefully we'll get some hardware distribution deals done.
Thank you so much, Abner. I love what you guys are doing.
Thanks.
Domain.com, how I love the, let me count the ways. I mean, aside from the obvious stuff like .com names for less than $9 a year, or awesome web hosting for less than $6 a month, private registration, and all the fixings without the crazy upsells that you might find somewhere else. And let me tell you, I absolutely love how quick and easy it was for me just recently using Domain.com to set up a site for a client that needed a little prototype action, got an awesome VPS from Domain.com, and it's like, boom, got a domain name, and like within minutes, I mean, I don't know like how long it was ago that it took forever to get a new domain name, but now it's just like, bam, here's the name server, and whoa, look at that, like minutes later, and I can like show the client, and it was so great. It made it so easy in this VPS. With cPanel, you can get them with Plesk, you can get them with Windows, whatever you want. It makes things so easy. It's also great when you come down to the MovX layer, and you don't want to be using anything on this network. You want to SSH tunnel everything, because your packets, they're safe with Domain.com. So if you're interested in their services, go check them out. They're super cool, and we love them for supporting Hak5. You can even tweet them at Domain.com if you want to show your support there. And get 15% off all your orders over at Domain.com when you use the coupon code HAK5. You've got a great idea. It all starts with a great domain at Domain.com. I want one of these so bad, but it's just not going to fit in my stack, but I'll make room.
Well, you could like fit in your stack, but then everything would just kind of slide off the top.
I love how open.
Which doesn't help very well.
Yeah, I love how open Boxee is. The guys over there are so great and so embracing the community. Can't wait to get one in to really have some fun hacking around with it. And that remote is killer. Yeah, I would have loved that back when I was doing home theater PCs with like a ATI RF remote.
I know they have that one for the Xbox 360 that like plugs into your controller, but I kind of wish there was something like right on top of the controller.
You're not going to get Hulu on your 360.
Right there, so you can just type on it. Yeah, but I always need to type on it.
Yeah, I think I mean, shoot, if you can, type on a Droid or well, you even subjected yourself to the Palm Centro, so.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Now, you've been crazy about ebooks this year.
Oh my God, ebooks.
Since you got that
everywhere.
Kindle, well, I mean, then again, you've been a reading fiend since.
It's like a bookworm's Christmas dream heaven here. There's so many ebooks for everybody. Oh, it's wonderful.
So you checked out the Plastic Logic Q. Let's take a look.
We announced this product today called the Q. It's from Plastic Logic, and one of the things I'd want you to notice right away, it's a very thin and light product. Unlike a lot of the e-readers in the category, we're really focused on the business professional. So when you look at the user interface here, this was really designed with the business professional in mind. You'll notice a couple of features you don't normally see in these types of devices. One, that we have your calendar here because we know you're a busy professional. You need to keep track of your schedule, so this syncs with Outlook over your PC. We have meeting notices here and emails that have documents that are attached. So the product shows PDFs, Word, PowerPoint documents, Excel spreadsheets, all the types of material you need in your professional life. In addition to that, it's a fully connected product with 3G and Wi-Fi. It's on the AT&T 3G network. So if you had this with you on a daily basis, you could purchase content from our Q.com store that we also announced today and brought up live today. One of the great advantages of this product is because the screen is so large, we can show content and bring through the brand equity of the content, the charts, the graphs, the features. So I'm showing you an example here of USA Today, the money section, and if you look at it, it looks like the money section you normally see in USA Today, and that's important to us and also important to the publisher. The other great advantage to it is it's all plastic, so there's no glass in the product, so it's shatterproof. Very durable. Carry this around with you on a daily basis, have it in your briefcase, have it in your other case. There's a lot of memory on this device. There's 8 gigabytes of memory on the device I'm holding here, which we estimate would hold about 75,000 documents, or 7,500 ebooks if you're thinking of it in that terms. So a lot of memory in the device, very easy to use. In addition to reading on this device, you can do annotation on your documents, highlight, put notes on top of the content so that if you want to store that at a later time and transfer it to your PC, you could do that as well.
Now, you said it can hold everything from PDFs to PowerPoints and things like that. What are the books? What kind of store do you have on this? Are you branded with a certain company, a different store?
So our store is branded the Q store at Q.com. Our partner is Barnes & Noble, and Barnes & Noble, our store actually sits on the barnesandnoble.com platform. We work very closely with them, so we have their book library on our store platform. So when you hear Barnes & Noble talk about the fact they're the largest e-book store, they have over 1 million titles, that's what we have on here as well, which is great. And so in addition to books, we bring the newspapers, the magazines, periodical type content. The books are in EPUB format, which is the prevailing format in the books. So I have Super Freakonomics on here and other books on here that I'm reading. And then the newspapers are in PDF. And we like PDF for newspapers and magazines because you can preserve the layout of the content and the graphics and the pictures and photos and that type of stuff.
Will I have to pay a subscription to the AT&T 3G?
No. You would pay a subscription to the content that you purchase. If you have the ability to purchase a single issue or a single book for that matter. But if you wanted to provide a subscription to Fast Company or some of the other magazines I'm showing here, you would pay a monthly subscription fee just like you would if you bought the print version. But there's no AT&T 3G fees.
Excellent. So when will this be available?
We are taking pre-orders for this device now on our website at Q.com. We'll start shipping these in April, and they'll be available from us at Q.com. Also, they'll be available in Barnes & Noble retail stores and also on barnesandnoble.com. And then after we start in April, we'll announce other distribution partners as well.
And what is the cost?
There are 2 models. One is a Wi-Fi only model. It has all the same software features as the 3G Wi-Fi model. That model has 4 gigabytes of memory and it's priced at $649. This model that I'm holding here is 3G Wi-Fi. It also has Bluetooth. It has 8 gigabytes of memory, and this is $799.
Excellent. Well, it's definitely targeted towards a more business market. I don't think I could afford it at the moment, so I think I'm going to stick with my Kindle, but man, when I get that good job, I'm going to get one of these for myself. Thank you so much, Darren.
My pleasure.
All right, physical media, absolutely dead. I think this show is proving it. In fact, it was funny, we couldn't get a DVD of our logo for the TV here because none of us have optical
DVD,
media.
what's that? DVD? No.
Yeah, you know, with the Roku and the Boxee and the, you know, we don't have DVDs, we don't have CDs. Let's get rid of the books.
Yeah. I will say, like, the Plastic Logic Q, although it is amazing, 600 plus bucks, yeah, not gonna go for it. Really
It seems
not.
very industry, though. You know,
It is. It's so focused on your business people, like the people that are gonna buy your really expensive stuff. So you know, I can understand.
I heard a good point that you know, if Apple came out with it, nobody would, you know, say anything about the price.
That's true.
But since it's not, I don't know.
Since it's not, everybody cares about the price. Of course, I don't own any Apple products except for my iPhone, and I got that for free. So
There you go. So. Yeah, now I was able to check out some gaming kit that I absolutely am crazy about. You know that we are big Rock Band fans at Hak5, and this one is one that might actually teach me a little something about playing the guitar. So I'm here at Gamebridge playing some Beatles Rock Band, and I don't feel like I'm playing a toy anymore. This plastic instrument here is very similar to what you would, you know, find a real guitarist playing. This is, from what I understand, a MIDI guitar that is being converted to play with the Rock Band game. So we have all of the frets here, and we can actually strum, and it corresponds with the notes in the game. And I'm excited about this coming to market next Christmas to you know, feel like I'm actually maybe learning something that could translate potentially to a real instrument, kind of like the Rock Band's drums do, but way more buttons here. This is one of the versions that's already out, kind of a MIDI instrument thing, but scaled down and bring this to market as a gaming device. Sounds like an awesome proposition for, you know, gamers that want to get into actually playing some music. So you've heard me talk to you guys about GoToAssist Express before, and you know that I absolutely love it when it comes to supporting my workforce because it's just so simple to send them a link in an email or just go to a website and type in a like 9-digit code, and then boom, I'm on their desktop helping them with whatever they broke, and trust me, they find a way to break it. But there's another feature of GoToAssist Express that just like saved my day just a little while ago when I was in Toronto. Seems that I went out to a Hak5 meetup and had a blast. And I don't know how, but I ended up at Bozo's house instead of back at my other friend's house where I was encoding the episode, and I really needed to upload it to Revision 3 so that you guys could see it in the morning. And I was not at my PC to get that going, but I was smart and I set up GoToAssist Express on my laptop with the unattended support. So bam, right from his desktop, I've downloaded GoToAssist and boom, back on my laptop, you know, G-zipping Hak5 into 20 megabit chunks and using that beautiful Rogers internet in Canada to upload a grueling 1.5 gigabytes to San Francisco. Point being, GoToAssist Express is that awesome. It helps you reduce your travel time. In my case, it was travel time across from Toronto to Etobicoke. That saved my butt when I wasn't in any state to be moving anywhere. And it will totally do the same thing for you. I know that you guys are gonna love it. It saves the day at so many times. It's so much cheaper than doing all that stuff in person. And it's totally secure 128-bit end-to-end. So go ahead and get yourself a 30-day free trial. You're gonna love it. Just go over to gotoassist.com/HAK the number 5, and that's how you get that awesome offer. It helps support us, and I'm, you know, just give it a shot. You're gonna like it. Now, it's a nice prototype concept. I can't wait for it to come to market. I hope it's not going to be ridiculously expensive.
I hope not.
But you figure between like the Ion drums and this here from Gambridge, you know, like the guy that makes it has been making MIDI guitars for the last 9 years.
I really like how it's influenced, like taking real musical instruments and turning them into this thing that you can use with Rock Band and like Guitar Hero and all that stuff. I'm sort of wondering if a guitarist can actually play this one maybe better than a Rock Band controller.
I'm sure that if you're a guitarist, it would be probably easy to pick up Rock Band with this. Now, I'm not sure about what the compatibility is going to be like. I'm not sure if they're going to have to emulate different chords to, but you know, let them flesh all that out. But the idea that, you know, you could get your Ion drums and your Gambridge guitars, and next thing you know, you go from Rock Band to, hey, why don't we plug this into a MIDI controller and some USB? And next thing you know, you're the next Orgy, the band. I'm thinking like mid-90s glam pop techno crap.
Oh, aren't you always though?
No, not always.
Now, I found another ebook reader, of course.
The sexiest one, I think.
The sexiest one. Well, I think it's sexy because it might be hackable.
So you know that I'm a huge ebook reader fan, and I came over here and checked out this thing called the Ekta JetBook Lite. Jerry and Greg are going to tell me a little bit about this. Guys, why is this hardware so cool compared to any other one?
Well, actually, we have the most affordable e-reader in the world. It has a price tag of $149, and it's also the only one that runs on AA batteries. We use 4 AA batteries. We also have a rechargeable version. And all you do, you're in the airport, you lose batteries, bam, just plug more in, and you're set to go. It reads up to 22 hours, and we use a LCD TFT screen instead of e-ink. So you can turn one page to the next. As you can see, Jerry can show you. One page, just instantly. We also have 6 different font sizes. You can increase fonts, decrease fonts. You can use the dictionary function, even. Look up words, get definitions, and since we're an electronic dictionary company, we even implemented our electronic dictionaries there. So you can actually change them from find an English word, get it in Russian, Polish, German, Spanish, everything.
Okay, so you can do different language books, and you said that it turns faster. With that new LCD screen, do you have any kind of problem with glare when you're sitting outside or anything like that?
Well, actually, it's a reflective TFT, so even in direct sunlight and low light conditions, you'll still be able to read the text pretty clearly.
Now, what kind of different, can I put like PDF files on it and Excel or anything like that?
Yeah, we actually have 11 different formats available, including TXT, PDF, and we just put Barnes & Noble's DRM on it. So you can actually go to barnesandnobles.com and download your books there.
Very cool. I'm really interested in this. Now, how do I download books onto this?
All you do, plug it into the computer. It comes with a USB to mini USB cord. Plug it in. It opens up as an external storage device. Then you just drag and drop, make your own files, folders, and you're set.
Will I be able to put extra books on here after I fill it up?
Yeah, it actually comes with 112 megabytes built in, and then we have an SD card slot right over here. It's expandable up to 32 gigabytes.
Oh, that's nice. Now, are you going to give me any books for free when I first buy this?
It actually comes with 100 books preloaded. It's usually like popular classics, like Ulysses. You have like Time Machine, Wells, kind of everything.
Very cool. What kind of software does it run?
It's actually Linux-based, so I know you guys are all into Linux and everything like that because of its open source. So, you know, maybe you guys can do something with that.
Hey, so it's open source. I can definitely get a hold of one of those and maybe hack a little bit of it. Let me see that little guy. This is very cool. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Absolutely. Thanks, Shannon.
I love how inexpensive this is. Let's just get down to what it is. What do you want to do with an ebook reader? You want to read a book.
You want to read a book, and that's what it's there for. It doesn't play music, it doesn't do any of that crazy stuff. You can't browse the web. It reads books, and to be honest, my Kindle, that's all I'm doing with it.
You know, it kind of reminds me of like how the flip video was a great, like, oh hey, pop some AA's in, you record your video right to the internal. There's nothing to it. There's a record button, right?
Yeah.
I like how simple this is and how it's approaching that $99 sweet spot that is
it's
the.
so close.
I'll just buy it. Sure, why not?
Yeah,
you know?
why not?
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, we could probably do some really cool stuff with it on the show.
We got to go up to New York and get the product managers drunk and get them to embrace the open source and
that sounds awesome.
SDK and hackability.
Yeah, let's do it.
They seem pretty cool about that, so
Yeah.
we'll see if we can maybe get one on to have some fun hacking with it.
Now, what else did you find?
Well, speaking of hackability, I've been all about the smartphone recently with the Droid.
Yep, of
and
course.
Another one that's been tickling my technolust that I've been just like trying to get my hands on, finally did, the Nokia N900. Let's go check it out. I'm here with the Nokia N900. This bad little boy is running about $569. Has been available since just after Thanksgiving, and I'm finally getting my hands on it, checking out the new MIMO 5 operating system. You guys know that this is Linux-based. It's basically Debian, and you can just drop to a shell and do whatever you want with it. You could even run Firefox on here. Now, it's an ARM processor, but that's the beautiful thing about Linux, and just, you know, fire up GCC, compile it for whatever you want. The App Store is the Ovi App Store, which isn't available just yet, but for the geeks that want to get their hands dirty, there are SDKs available and there are MIMO apps within the MIMO community and websites, so you can find that sort of stuff. The hardware itself is a little bit, it's kind of thick, but it's also quite the device. We got Bluetooth in here, we got Wi-Fi, we've got GPS, 32 gigs of memory, expandable of course with micro SD, HC. 5 megapixel camera. One of the things I really like about the camera is that we actually have a cover here on the Carl Zeiss lens, dual LED flash there, and this is one of the features that I haven't seen anywhere else, with built-in kickstand, so you can just go ahead and watch your movies on the plane, no problem, not having to hold it. Interestingly, the stylus. I don't know why this is making a comeback, but then again, with a high-resolution display, it might be your only chance of actually clicking on what you want to click on. So definitely an interesting new idea in the market. You just buy it right from NokiaUSA.com or one of their flagship stores. You pop your SIM card in it from T-Mobile or AT&T in the US, and there you go. A little expensive since you don't get the subsidy that you would normally with the carrier, but I think it's got some legs, especially as a newcomer with Linux as a phone, as opposed to the other tablet, the N810 devices. This is going to be very interesting, especially when it comes to those hardcore geeks that want your VNC, your SSH, and all the fixings right there. Get your, systems administrator's geek phone going on. Give them the Droid a little bit of a run. So I want to tell you about Gamefly, because if you love video games, you're going to love their service. They are the largest online video game rental service with over 7,000 new and classic titles on all consoles and handhelds to choose from. Their plans start at $15.99 a month, and Gamefly members can rent from 1 to 4 games at any time and keep them for as long as you like. You don't have to send them back. And when you do, they send you another one. If you really like the game, you can go over to Gamefly.com, click Keep It, and you get to keep it at a discounted rate. Best of all, Hak5 fans get a free 2-week trial when they go over to Gamefly.com/Hak5. Some restrictions apply. See site for details. So Shannon, tell me, is this the phone for you or not?
No. I mean, it's a geek phone and it's probably really hackable and everything, but I'm perfectly happy hacking my iPhone.
You got to get a neck beard and a ponytail and an N900.
You can grow the beard and grow your ponytail and with your baseball cap or whatever you want to do, but I'm perfectly fine with no beard.
I'm just happy to hear, at least this is what the guy told me, that they are continuing to develop MIMO, and that this is not the last MIMO device that we are going to see, because I've been hearing conflicting stuff. I've been hearing like that Nokia has given up on and you know, it's like you just release it and then you're going to give up on that sweet OS that you've been building for the longest time.
Yeah.
Finally, it's realizing its dream where it's like, you notice everything is 3G?
Yeah, I know.
Everything has a SIM card
That's
now.
crazy.
Yeah, so.
And everybody that I've talked to has been like, oh, we don't know who our partners are going to be for the 3G yet.
What if they do, it's AT&T.
And it'll be AT&T
Yeah.
for everybody. I'll just take my SIM card and stick it in everything.
You just need
Do
one
the
SIM card to just pop it all
unlimited
over.
data.
Yes.
Yes, one SIM card with all the devices.
Yeah,
That's what I want.
We've got a couple of devices that'll take those SIM cards. On next week's show, we are taking a look at the Lenovo, the new SmartBook, the one with the, what is it called?
SmartBooks.
Yeah, it's got
crazy.
It's got a, it's not an x86 processor. I forget what it's called, the Snapdragon processor by Qualcomm. So we're checking that out next week. I've got a roundup of some of the coolest little pocket cameras that are getting loads of new features. So as you found ebooks that are getting simple, I found pocket cameras that are getting more expensive and more bells and whistles, but that's awesome. As well as sweet gaming peripherals that will blow your mind, and a drone to take over the world. I can't believe it's that drone. Oh, you're gonna have to check it out next week. Awesome show for you guys. Part 2 of our coverage of CES.
But before we leave, I really have to thank NBC Universal for letting us use their stage and their booth. Everything's been excellent for us, and we thank them so much. They're doing the Vancouver Olympics. That's going to be airing in February. And I also wanted to thank Sharp for letting us use the Blogger Lounge back here. Really, really nice place. They had Wi-Fi and Ethernet. It was a wonderful charging area. They even gave us chips. I was so happy. They even provided all of these LCDs for us to use with our Hak5 logo. So thank you so much, Sharp.
And we also have to thank John Acarino. You can follow him on Twitter at Acarino, and NBCU at CES.
And you can follow Acarino's dogs at Turds and Treats.
Yes, we got to give mad props to Brandy the dog. And we will see her soon again on Hak5.
Yay!
But until next week, when we bring you part 2 of our Best of CES 2010, we're just going to go ahead and sit back on this beautiful NBC set that we're going to try to steal later and remind you to trust your technolust.